He's so entertaining.
He's hilarious.
But we're never going to have...
Did you see what he tweeted, or Truth Socialed, rather?
No.
And he was like celebrating the indictment. He's like, one more indictment, and then I'm a shoo-in for the White House.
I know.
He's like,
That's 3 indictments, dude.
He's got Teflon.
Well...
If he wins this, though,
yeah,
if he wins this case...
himself.
Well, if he wins this case...
The only case,
I don't think he can pardon himself.
No, the only case he's going to have real trouble with. I think the Alvin Bragg case in I think it's New York, is a bullshit case where it's this obscure thing. You got these prosecutors that are looking, they're being very, very creative with the law, right? Typically with laws, it's called meat and potatoes laws. You're supposed to, when somebody breaks a law and there's a law that's passed, it's supposed to be something that somebody who doesn't have a law degree can understand. And like if you look at Jack Smith, who's the prosecutor in this January 6th thing, what he's being charged with, I think, is a form of fraud, defrauding the American voter, which is saying I won the election when he knows he lost, but he never ever admitted that he lost. They can't find anybody who said that. So there's all this gray area. But the one issue he's going to have is the mishandling of classified documents, because they have him on tape saying, "I know this is classified," and then I think he has a guy. They have him talking to one of his staff saying, "Get rid of this." That's going to be a tough one for him. But I think the other two.
What are the punishments of mishandling classified
There are people
documents?
right now who are in jail for doing that. They're right now, and in fact, some of them I think worked for his campaign.
What is the difference between the accusations against Joe Biden, where he was mishandling documents, and the accusations against Trump?
So anytime presidents are allowed to have documents in their possession when they are working on their memoirs, etc. Now, the Justice Department and the affiliated agencies, as far as I understand it, then look at what you have. And then they send you a notice and say, by the way, you have these documents that are in your possession. X, Y, and Z are classified. You have to return them. They give you a grace period in which to return those documents. So with Biden, and with a lot of other presidents, that's what happens. They say, you're in possession of classified documents. You have this window to return them, and then you return them, and Biden did. With Trump, he didn't. There are a number of things that he just didn't return.
But I thought Biden had classified documents that his aides found.
Yeah, he did.
Corvette.
They all do. They all do.
But wasn't that from 2014, from when he was vice president?
Yes, but the issue is not that he had those classified documents.
That he didn't turn them over when they were requested.
Yes.
I see.
And there's a fundamental difference there. Now, if you then are, I think he said, I could have declassified this, but I didn't. Something like that. When Trump said that, because at that point he was a private American citizen. And that's where the problem lies.
How, these recordings, how were they obtained?
I think they're all a matter of record. I think that in discovery.
Well, how did someone record him?
I think his lawyers had to. Well, a lot of what a president does when you're doing your memoirs and stuff, I think, is they record you. So you're recording a lot of things you're saying and things like that.
But wasn't he was having a conversation with someone where he was showing them the documents?
Yes.
That was recorded? That was recorded somehow?
Yeah, they somehow they have him on tape saying that.
So was it surreptitiously recorded?
I don't know, and I didn't get that from what I followed. I think that was just something that was happened to be part of the body of evidence in discovery.
What I heard as an argument against that was that he was being braggadocious.
They're going to use whatever they can.
Yeah. And
there's a chance he might get off on all of these things. And there's no doubt that these indictments have made him stronger with his base. The real question is, see, this is all, you're never going to get people who say, well, Biden is really old and we don't have an answer. Don't complain. If you're not going to vote in primaries, we're always going to have the candidates that the most extreme elements of each party nominates. If you want DeSantis or you want someone else, you better vote in the primary. If you don't vote in the primary, and nobody does, including me, so I'm not scolding anybody. You ain't getting you're getting the people that the diehard Republicans, diehard Democrats, and the most active members of that party are gonna nominate. That's who's gonna be there. Yeah. You want to change the political system? Fucking vote in the primaries. Andrew Yang, whoever you like, all these guys. That's all great. That's all adorable. And the real political operatives just look at you and go, "That's cute." Well, we'll see it. What
a wild system.
Yeah. Vote in the primary.
A wild two-party system.
Yes. Now, the only thing that, like, if DeSantis crushes in, first of all, I think he should go back to being governor for 4 more years. But If he wins, like the first two states, like New Hampshire and Iowa, and gets a lot of press for that, there's a chance that there can be some, but I don't think so otherwise.
I think the Trumpers are all in. The audio recording comes from a July 2021 interview Trump gave at his Bedminster resort for people working on the memoir of Mark Meadows,
there you go.
Trump's former chief of staff. The special counsel's indictment alleges that those in attendance, a writer, publisher, and 2 of Trump's staff members, were shown classified information about the plan of attack on Iran.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yep.
Wow.
But here's what bothers me a little bit about all this. So the
Hold on a second. Let me see what Trump says here. He says, there was no document. That was a massive amount of papers and everything else talking about Iran and other things, Trump said on Fox. And it may have been held up or may not, but that was not a document. I didn't have a document per se. There was nothing to declassify. These were newspaper stories, magazine stories, and articles. Okay. Well, if that's true, that's a completely different thing. Then that sounds like they're saying that he showed them classified documents, and he's saying I showed them a massive amount of papers and I didn't show them anything specifically. And saying that there was nothing to declassify. If he's telling the truth, these were newspaper stories, magazines, stories, and articles. If that's true.
You're going to have to, his lawyers are going to argue all that.
Yeah.
This is political as much as it is legal.
Well, that's what scares me, that people are behind this idea that you're going to arrest your political rival.
That's the biggest. Only that, but you have prosecutors that are getting real creative with the law. And I don't think we want a system like that. And I don't think we want, every time somebody runs for office, because now the Bidens are in trouble. I mean, Hunter Biden's in real trouble here. Yeah. And this guy, Devin Archer, said that Biden was on the phone on behalf of his son 20 times, and that was Devin Archer, who's also going to jail. Now, that was Hunter Biden's business partner, and he said he personally witnessed that, and he said that under sworn testimony. There is enough evidence to at least investigate the idea that maybe Biden took a $5 million bribe. Whatever the case. But my point about this is the mainstream media, legacy media, gives that almost no attention. Yeah. And all you have, I think that the legacy of Donald Trump will be, in some ways, the other side was so hysterical about him being a clear and present danger to the United States. And I'm talking about Republicans, I'm talking about the deep state, I'm talking about Democrats, I'm talking about a lot of people, that they have behaved in an undemocratic, un-American way. They have bent a lot of rules